The new girls hit the villa.
Yeah, I feel like we're in trouble. I think we're in trouble, man.
If you want to know some cold stuff, I'm not.
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and we got another recap for you guys. Love Island Season 8, Episode 28. And yeah, we got a lot to unpack because look like some heads are turning, and mostly not in Casa Amor. So we're going to have to unpack this. But before we do, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button. And feel free to drop a comment down in the comment section below. I see you guys commenting. I like to engage with you guys. So feel free to drop a comment. So without further ado, let's jump into this. So from the previous episode, we saw that the girls arrived at Casa Amor. They were over the moon excited. The guys are now coming into the villa. I did introduce each of them in the previous recap video. And so it pretty much started off pretty smooth. Now, for a minute, I got kind of like, this is moving kind of slow to me. Because it seems like the girls tend to be pretty much solid. Now, I will say there were a couple that was over the moon excited by Casa Amor. Now, I wasn't sure about Tasha because, again, she gives hot and cold vibes. But as for Danika, the girl act like she was a kid in the candy shop. And she was ready to mingle with these new guys. She was pretty much like, I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you. But hey, she's single, so she has every right. So let's talk about this guy by the name of Billy. Now, he made somewhat of an impression on Paige. And Danika, the guy that made an impression on her, which was Josh. And you know, like I said, she has every right to kind of date each and every one of them. Because, I mean, none of these girls or guys are boyfriend and girlfriend yet. They haven't labeled it yet. But they're in a coupling where they kind of gave verbal commitments or whatever. Whereas for Danika, she pretty much have the right to free reign. And one of those guys, like I just before mentioned, was Josh. Now, I would like to see what comes from that. But back to this Billy guy, okay? And I'll call him Billy Boy. With Billy and this whole thing with Paige kind of feeling him a little bit, Gemma knows him. This is her best male friend's best guy friend. So, and she was saying that he's some type of player and he, I know him from doing this, that, and the third. And so, of course, that put Paige on notice. And it just seemed like, I know USA, don't nobody seem to know anybody, but for UK, like everybody kind of know everybody somehow. However, that, Billy is very interested in trying to break up that thing with Jacques and Paige, but we'll talk about that more later. So back at the OG villa where the boys are, they are enjoying having a screaming or yelping competition. Who can scream and yell the loudest and make the most noise? I'm like, they act like little children, but okay. So they get a text saying that, the girls went out for drinks for the evening, but they're going to be gone for a few days, pack their bags because they're pretty much over at Casa Amor. So the guys were excited knowing that this is Casa Amor, that 6 girls were going to come in, and at the same time, they had a little break from the ladies. However, being that they had to pack their little suitcases, they were given the opportunity to put a couple of mementos so to make the girls kind of think about them. And I think Luca and one of the other guys put a ring in there that belongs to them and sent it all back over. Now, a couple of guys are truly missing their girls. Jacques is looking at pictures in his phone that he took with Paige. And then Luca, you can tell, look like he just lost his best friend. So he's missing some, definitely missing some Gemma. And, is hoping that, she don't turn her head, because that's what that look is all about. So back over at Casa, we kind of see some conversation going on, and this particular guy by the name of Deji is really trying to get to know India. So India is pretty much saying, no, we're good. I mean, nothing is giving me any vibes that I'm not 100%. So, I'm pretty much sold on Dami. And he was like, well, just have an open mind. Also, we see this whole thing that's going on with Tasha. Now, that face is represented in this particular conversation that Ekin-Su is running her mouth about.
No one's boyfriend and girlfriend in the main villa. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know, and that's it. Actions speak louder than words. 100%.
So it doesn't look like she was too happy about the fact that Ekin-Su said that nobody is boyfriend and girlfriend. Everybody can do what they want. And I'm thinking like, Tasha's like, don't speak for me. I'm going to move how I want to move. Now, if you want to do what you do you, boo. So then there's this conversation that's happening with Gemma and Jack. Now, Jack, he is pretty much trying to get to know where she's staying in regards to Luca. I will say they had a pretty good conversation, but she kept it friendly. She's like, oh no, I'm not making any decisions in this villa. Now, there is a one-on-one conversation with Deji and India, and he is still trying to shoot his shot with her. And one of the things that he was trying to find out is her nationality. She says she's Jamaican. He was shocked by that. And she was like, I wonder why everybody's shocked by that. And then he asked what Dami was. And, he said Nigerian. Deji is also Nigerian as well. So he said 2 Niger boys are going to be fighting for her attention. But Deji is going to fight hard for India. So Dami, don't play games. We'll talk about you in a minute. So now we had this conversation with Josh and Danika. This is the guy that she really have interest in. And it seems like he has interest in her. And I would like to actually see this combination. However, Danika did say that she is not doing any grafting this time. He's going to have to put in the work and graft her. So she said normally she would do the grafting, but not this time around. So I don't know. From the conversation, it doesn't seem like Josh is that type of dude, but we'll see how it all work out. And then we also see the conversation happening with India and Samuel. Now, I didn't see anything there. It was a little try to get to know you type situation, but okay. So all of the ladies' bags arrived and everybody was excited to see what the boys had packed for them. A lot of the girls were really excited, especially Gemma and Paige, because of the little trinkets that was left by their guys. However, India, he didn't leave any mementos, meaning Dami didn't leave any mementos for her, and she was not happy about that. And I've kind of felt bad for the girl too myself. Pretty much they shut it down. A couple of the girls was like, you know what? I'm not going to get close. I'm going to just turn my back, face the opposite direction while sleeping with the boys. The boys are hoping to build a connection in this little overnight time stay. But I don't see anything happen, this particular time. Now, as time go on, we might see some folks getting closer, but not this particular time. And then they also talked about how they missed the guys. They're going to also be kind of talking about that the next morning as we see. But, it is what it is. And the thing is that, of course, you used to waking up with a guy that you're cuddling with. You're going to be sad that he's not there, especially you spent the last 3 weeks with somebody that you've been really getting to know. So the next morning, they're all having conversation. The ladies are talking about who is having a connection with who and who said what to who and if anybody's feeling anything. Pretty much the girls are not in this with looking for anything right now. So we'll have to see. But look who's coming up next. Okay, so first up we have 23-year-old Mollie Salmon. She's from Southampton, very competitive, and she wants to couple up with either Davide or Jacques. And I think even later on she's going to try to get with Luca. And then we have 21-year-old Jasmine Nickel, who is a nightclub manager. Now, she's hoping to win over Jacques as well. So we'll see how that goes, because look like Jacques is going to be open. Then we have 23-year-old China Mills, who is a youth support worker. Yeah, and she has her eyes on Dami too. So Dami is going to be in a little bit trouble. Then there's 22-year-old Summer Boaty. She's an EastEnders extra, and her eyes are on Dami for real. So Dami, again, look out. Then there's 27-year-old Coco Lodge, who is a graphic designer and a ring girl who is hoping to steal Andrew from Tasha. So Tasha, you've been slipping over the past several weeks, so I don't know. And then there's Cheyenne Kerr, who is also 23 years old. She is a cabin crew member, and she has her eyes on whoever she can build a connection with. So we'll see who that will be. Okay, so the guys are all now greeting the girls who slipped into the villa, and Dami is looking real scared right now because he knows he's in trouble. And as much as I'm hoping that him and India is solid, I don't know. So they're all now having a conversation with the ladies, trying to see what their tastes are and what they like. First up is Davide, and they asked about Ekin-Su, and Davide was like, yeah, unfortunately we're back together, but I still don't trust her. Dami was questioned about his relationship with India, and he said, no, we're good, but I'm open. I'm like, oh boy. And then Jacques says that he has that solid relationship with Paige, but he's still open because this is what Love Island is. Now, as for Luca, the ladies said that he was married because, of course, everybody that's been watching, seeing how he's glued to the hip with Gemma. So, yeah, he was, I don't know. I think he was comfortable with the statement, but I thought maybe it would have bothered him, but it doesn't seem so much so. Now, when it came to Andrew, the girls said that, Tasha had been treating him pretty much like crap, and he's just been letting it happen. So much so that he began to call himself a mug, and he started to feel that way. And the guys, of course, we'll talk about that in a minute. They had been telling him that for the previous weeks. But, of course, Tasha would always get into this crying session, and she's up and down and all of this. It took the girls coming into the villa, the new girls, to kind of put, Andrew on notice, because obviously he felt that he didn't recognize all of this when it was going on. And Dami and Luca was like, dude, we tried to tell you before. And I have been saying this in all of my recaps. That girl has been so hot and cold with him. But for some reason, he is just stuck on Tasha, whatever that is. But in this scene, he's having a conversation with Coco. And Coco kind of piqued his interest. So he said he was open to getting to know her. So I don't know, Tasha, your reign might be over. So the guys are now deliberating about the connections that they're having with the other ladies. And I'm like, especially with Jacques and Dami, hello, India, Paige, what's the problem? They're just going off like this.
That Mollie, yeah, she's a joke. Hey, have you spoken to Paige about being like, who? Who's Paige?
None of our girls are around, so there's no pressure of anyone watching us or watching what we're doing. And, boys, we do get carried away, and I feel like it has already begun, like, oh my God. Oh shit.
Dami, the pressure of somebody not looking, the cameras are looking. And with Casa Amor, there will be a tablet and video sent to the girl. So don't think there's nobody to look over your shoulder. Anywho, so the girls are having a conversation, the new girls, about the guys, and, you know, pretty much got an idea who they want to pick. But this girl, Summer, she is definitely feeling her some Dami. She came in intentional, wanting to, you know, try to build a connection and maybe even steal him from India. And I don't know, it look like it might be starting to work, because Dami is definitely interested. So I'm concerned about what's going on with India, because Deji is trying to pull on her coattail, and she is not she's not budging for Deji, because she's holding out for Dami. Whereas the question is Dami gonna hold out for India up against Summer? So we'll have to see. And also what's going on is this whole situation with Jacques and this new girl, Cheyenne. Now, Jacques seemed like he just wide open at this point. And I mean, granted, Paige is kind of feeling Billy, because we talked about that a little bit earlier. So it's a possibility that both Jacques and Paige, as much as they absolutely adore each other, they might be turning their heads. And Cheyenne is more than welcome to accept. So then back over at Casa Amor, we now see Billy now having a conversation with Tasha. So Tasha is still pretty much saying that, you know, I got a good thing going with Andrew, but I know, you know, I'm open to having a conversation. Now she wants to be solid about Andrew. And so I'm like, might be a day late and a dollar short, sweetheart, if everything goes well with Coco on the other side. This whole conversation with Jack and Gemma ain't going nowhere. Gemma is not budging. She's been chill pretty much. As for Mollie and Luca, this conversation seems pretty interesting. And Mollie was laying it on real thick with the compliments. I mean, he was smiling those beautiful white teeth for the world to see, because she kept hitting him with all the good stuff. I think you're attractive. I think you that dude. I think you this, you that. And I'm like, yeah, Mollie, you're wearing him down. So we'll have to see what happens. But look like we're going to really have some heartbreak in the next episode. Take a look.
Temptation takes over.
Well, Tasha, look like you might be a day late and a dollar short with your loyalty, because look like Andrew is about to turn his head. And as for Dami, ooh, India, I don't know. Summer might got your boy, boo. So we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.